And you know how I feel about you. Mm-hmm. You know how I feel about Shiloh. You know how I feel about Shador. Can you really give us the take, right, for your protection of you're not doing anything different than any other father would do?
Well, I'm a black father. That's different.
Well, now tuned in to the Dark Times channel.
And so here we go again, back with another one. Welcome back to the Dark Times channel. And Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, is going to touch on something as it relates to father figures, and in particular, so-called black fathers. I'm going to go ahead and let it play, and then, of course, I'll come back and chime in.
Question always comes down to, Cam, what's your deal with Shador?
Yeah.
Right? And you know how I feel about you. Mm-hmm. You know how I feel about Shiloh. You know how I feel about Shador. Can you really give us the take, right, for your protection of you're not doing anything different than any other father would do?
Well, I'm a black father. That's different. we haven't seen him in that role get glorified and get magnified for being there.
Yes, sir.
So that's the case. Not only that, I'm a hands-on father with a lot of understanding on where my son is going.
Who are you? Deion Sanders, starting quarterback for Training Christian.
Are you good?
I'm not there. I'm great.
Make them remember your name, dog.
I was there for 14 years. I worked for the NFL Network for another 14, 15. I know what I'm doing in that field.
Setting his feet, rifles this one towards the end zone.
You've embodied the very essence of what it means to be a quarterback.
And I sat on ESPN today, and I don't care if they hear it in Boulder. I told them I took my hat off and I took my glasses off, and I said, when I talk to grown-ups, I take my hat and my glasses off. That's what my mother taught me. So,
Ain't no way we let this dude win. You know, his press conference is gonna be unbearable if we let this dude win.
22, they ruled it a sack. Picked off! Stunned like his daddy! Touchdown!
So, Time, why is it that, you know, it's a problem? Because Shador said, look, I didn't know it was a problem to have your dad in your life. I didn't know it was a problem for your parents to want what's best for their child.
How you played, I don't respect a lot of things you did, not because of me, because of Pops.
How you done? No, you gonna make me cry, man. I love you so much. God, I love you.
Normally, that's what we do. We try to do everything
It's
we
us.
possibly can to put our kids in the best position. Right. If they can't get a scholarship, we pay for them to go to college.
Well, it was a problem for LaVar Ball.
That if you would, please.
Well, like I said, my sons are like phones. I keep making them better and better. And I always had this concept right here where I've said at the moment right now, Lonzo's the best.
Yeah.
Jello is my strongest, so he has the potential to be the best because on the next level, they get bigger and faster. He like that naturally. Melo's gonna be the best on the fact that he's the youngest. Got more experience learning from his other brothers.
Right.
But when,
So that's
when
where
you
he's
told
at.
me that, is he a sophomore, I guess?
He might have been 14 to 15.
All three sons, you have kids. They're being forced to do it. They're being told you will start basketball at age 6, like Lonzo told us. And whenever you asked him a question, I think he said, 5 words? And he looks terrified whenever he's talking. He looks genuinely afraid.
On LaVar Ball, I think he's a problem for this kid, and it seems like he's just daddy's little boy, a little robot who's completely controlled by his father.
Sold any shoes yet?
Yeah, I've sold a good amount to me.
How many?
Stay in your lane. Anyways,
It's a problem for LeBron.
Yeah.
It's a problem for Prime. Who else is it a problem for? Because I don't see it other places, but I see it on this side. I'm just being the father that God called me to be. Don't get mad at me because I'm there. You're supposed to clap right there, and that was a
But you've always been that type.
So I'm glad Coach Prime took the opportunity to speak on this, because the narrative, as we all know, is that black fathers are the least involved when it comes to being in their children's lives. But the reality of that is actually the total opposite. There's a handful of black fathers out there that have a multitude of children that they are not involved with. But for the vast majority of black fathers, according to the CDC, black fathers, 70% of them who live with their children were the most likely to have bathed, dressed, changed, or helped their children with the toilet every day, compared with their white and Hispanic counterparts. 78% of black fathers were also more likely to eat meals with their children every day, compared with 74% and 64% white and Hispanic fathers. And a higher percentage of black fathers, 27%, took their children to and from activities every day, compared with white fathers, 20%. And 41% of black fathers in the home were also more likely to help their children with their homework every day, compared to Hispanic and white fathers at 29 and 28%. And so shout out to Coach Prime for speaking on it, because oftentimes we don't see the work that goes into a lot of these young men. You know, we see these young men with their coaches on Sundays or on game day, whatever the case may be. But even before that, there's some coaching that goes on to even get to their coach.
Amount of love was watching Ron Artest and his father train.
About this, yeah.
Come on now, play ball. But I used to go to Queensbridge and go visit my friends, and it was too cold for us to even stand outside. And I would see Ron Artest, and he'll be throwing the ball at him.
It could be 10 degrees outside, and they would be the only two outside on the basketball court playing. And, you know, his father didn't treat him like a little kid. His father used to be like, you know what I'm saying, elbowing him, pushing him.
Come on now, play ball. Just because a man bigger than you don't mean he better than you. It was so bad at first. I didn't even know that was his father. I thought, because I didn't think that was...
A father would do that.
Yes, I thought they were brothers. Stone in his chest. And this is snowing. He's slipping. And then I realized, I said, yo, son, they go at it all the time, these brothers. And they're like, nah, that's Ron's father.
It was like nothing easy. That's how we played.
And so like Coach Prime laid out, and a lot of us already know, there's a pattern when it comes to black fathers being at the forefront and being in their children's lives, especially as it pertains to the sports world. I saw this a long time ago when Serena Williams and them first came on the scene, Robert Williams. It was a problem with Robert Williams.
I know I can do this. I know you. Very confident. You say it so easily. Why? Because I believe it. You don't mind. And let me tell you why. What she said it with so much confidence the first time. But you keep on and on. Listen, we can't keep interrupting. I mean, if you want... You got to understand that you're dealing with an image of a 14-year-old child. And this child gonna be out there playing with your old ass and me gonna be in the grave. When she says something, we done told you what's happening. You deal with a little black kid, and let her be a kid. She'll answer it with a lot of confidence. Leave that alone.
He's too headstrong. He's too this. He's too that. He's gonna ruin these girls. We heard that over and over again, and look how that turned out. And even Tiger Woods' dad. A lot of people really didn't care for him when he was here.
I miss his help, his guidance, his friendship. I just remember as a kid not being able to play the game of golf. You know, and that hurt a few times.
What do you mean by not play?
Because I was not white. That definitely hurt quite a bit. I wasn't out in the clubhouses, or the kids were able to do different things.
And you could tell that Tiger Woods was comfortable with himself as a golfer, but not only that, he was comfortable in his own skin. He wasn't Caucasian, he was black.
Feel under any kind of pressure or any kind of prejudice. I mean, golf's quite often seen as an upper class white game. Mm-hmm. Did you ever feel that at all?
Every time I go to a major country club, always feel it. You can always sense it. People are always staring at you. What are you doing here? You shouldn't be here. When I go to Texas or Florida, you always feel it because they're saying, "Why are you here? You're not supposed to be here."
Do you feel in some ways that you can help change that if you became like the next Jack Nicklaus type figure or the next Tom Watson, that maybe that would re-educate people?
Since I'm black, it might be even bigger than Jack Nicklaus. I might be even bigger than him. I may be sort of like a Michael Jordan in basketball, something like that.
Okay, and again, if you have one ambition, say one tournament to win, what would it be? What's the tournament that really captures your imagination?
The Masters.
Why is that?
The way the blacks have been treated there. You know, they shouldn't be there, and if I win that tournament, it'll be really big for us.
Truth be told, if you think about it, when Tiger Woods stopped winning, there was a correlation with his dad passing, because Tiger Woods was winning major after major after major. And then in 2005, he won the majors. His dad passed in 2006. And as we all know, Tiger Woods was never the same. And so just because you grow older or you grow old doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna stop needing your parents. And in particular, men needing their fathers. And so once again, shout out to Deion Sanders for speaking up and speaking his mind as he usually does on this particular topic. The double standard needs to be addressed. The problem that a lot of people have, especially within the mainstream media, when it comes to black fathers, needs to be addressed. And so I'm glad that Deion Sanders was able to speak on it in a way that only Deion Sanders can. But go ahead and let me know how y'all feel about it. I'd love to hear y'all's thoughts on it. And as usual, peace and chaos.